Hello everyone, I am Chef Munir El Hilali, co-owner of Crepes Parfait, and today I want to show you what to do with those little pieces of cheese that you might have just laying around in the back of your fridge. Maybe you had a cheese tray and you have so many little pieces of cheeses that you don't know what to do with. I'm going to show you today how to turn them to this beautiful, elegant looking dish. Eggplant stuffed with cheese, peppers, sautéed spinach, or a bed of fresh tomato sauce. Let's get cooking. So we need one 10-ounce bag of spinach, and for that we're gonna need 3 garlic cloves, an eighth of a yellow onion, 1 teaspoon each dried thyme, dried sage, and dried rosemary. Then 1 eggplant, and for that we're gonna need some flour to dredge it in. We need 1 red bell pepper, and for the cheese filling we have few pieces of cheese. Got some Parmesan cheese here, got a little piece of pecorino, some Havarti cheese, some Swiss cheese, some Gouda, some goat cheese, and a 1/4 cup of toasted walnuts. Then for the sauce we need a bunch of tomatoes, 2 garlic cloves, few leaves of basil, and of course salt and black pepper. Let's start with the pepper. Stick a wooden skewer in the stem of the pepper. Then blister it on an open flame on all sides. If you have a blowtorch, you can do this part using the blowtorch. Place the pepper on a hard surface and just blister the pepper all over very carefully. Place it in a food grade bag, close it very tightly, and just set it aside. The heat created by blistering it is going to soften the pepper. And now onto the spinach. In a large pot, add about a 1/4 inch of water and bring it to a boil. Then add the spinach and mix it in. So we are just wilting the spinach real quick in this little bit of water. Don't overcook it. That's why we have to grab from the bottom, bring it to the top so that the bottom does not overcook. Keep stirring non-stop. If you've ever had spinach sautéed and when you eat it you have that residue on your teeth that makes you grind your teeth, this is a method that will get rid of that. So when you eat the spinach, you're gonna just enjoy the flavor of it, and it's not gonna have that residual grainy film on your teeth. Once it's all wilted like this, pour the whole thing into a strainer, spread it so that the spinach can release the heat and not keep cooking, and put it aside and let it cool off. Meanwhile, let's get our aromatics for the spinach. Chop the garlic, chop the onion. In a sauce pot, add about 1 tablespoon cooking oil, add the garlic, fry it a little bit, then add the onions, lower the heat and let it fry slowly. Meanwhile, add the spices into a mortar and pestle and break them apart so that you can break up the woody fibers that they have. Add the spices to the onion and garlic mixture and toast very well. Then add 1 tablespoon extra virgin olive oil. The spinach should be cool enough to handle with your hand, so you want to squeeze as much water as you can out of the spinach. Now spinach is almost 80% water. Must be the most profitable vegetable to grow, because out of that huge 10-ounce bag, this is all we got. It shrinks so bad because most of it is just water. Maybe I should start a spinach farm. That's a good idea. This method of cooking spinach also makes for a very clean plating. Sometimes if you just saute the spinach and put it on the plate, water starts seeping out of it onto the plate and you have a pool of green water all over the plate. So now we get rid of most of the water. We don't want to dry it out too much either. Take the onion and garlic mixture off the fire, add the drained spinach to it, add some salt, fresh ground black pepper, and mix it very well. Our spinach is ready, nicely mixed. Let's set it aside. And now onto the eggplant. Cut the ends off, then cut a thin slice off the side of the eggplant, then cut it into 1/2 inch long slices. Lay the eggplant flat, then in a large frying pan, add about a 1/4 inch of cooking oil, and while the oil is heating up, sprinkle some salt and black pepper on the eggplant on both sides. Then dredge the eggplant in flour, shake off the excess, then fry them in the hot oil. Always when you're dropping anything into hot oil, always drop it facing away from you so that if there is any oil splatter, it does not come back on you. Meanwhile, have a baking sheet lined with paper towels ready. Fry the eggplant until it's golden brown on both sides. Transfer it to the paper towels and set it aside. Take the pepper out of the bag and peel off the charred skin. You can use a paper towel, it makes this much easier. It's very important not to wash the pepper. If you wash it, you're gonna wash away this charred flavor of roasted peppers. You'll be washing away a lot of flavor. Split the pepper open, get rid of the seeds, take the gills off, then slice the pepper into long strips and set it aside. In a food processor, pulse the walnuts to chop them. Set them aside. Then in the same blender, add all your cheese. Make sure the cheese is very cold when you add it. If it's warm or at room temperature, it's gonna just turn into a paste. Then pulse it to chop it very fine. Transfer to a bowl, add the chopped walnuts, add the touch of salt and pepper, then mix it. Our filling is ready, so let's stuff the eggplant. Start from the shorter end of the eggplant, put a little bit of spinach, a little bit of cheese, a couple of strips of red pepper, then roll it onto itself. Transfer it to a baking sheet lined with parchment paper and bake them for 20 minutes. Meanwhile, let's make our quick fresh tomato sauce. Chop the garlic, add it to a sauce pot along with 1 tablespoon cooking oil. Fry it on medium-low. Meanwhile, chop the tomatoes. Add the tomatoes to the garlic. Turn the heat back up, stir very well. Add some salt, fresh ground black pepper, and chop the basil. Add it to the tomatoes. Mix it in, cook it, stirring occasionally until it's nice and thick. Then it's ready. All the cheese is heated through and melting, and the excess oil has seeped out of the eggplant. Place a scoop of tomato sauce at the bottom of the plate. Very carefully with a very sharp knife, slice the eggplant roll in half. Place on the tomato sauce. And there it is. Eggplant stuffed with cheese, peppers, spinach on a bed of fresh tomato sauce. Enjoy. Bon appetit. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe because there is more coming.